everyone is nervous when they get on here, including myself, because
Oh, really?
well, sure. I mean, we've never met. It's when you meet somebody in person, like out at a social function or something, it's it's a little different because you're in that atmosphere. But this is kind of planned, and we've never met in person, and so most people I've talked to are well. First of all, when I text them, they're usually hesitant to be on a podcast because most people I've talked to on here have never done like this is their first podcast. So usually they're pretty nervous. I had one girl. She said, "Yeah, I did a few shots of liquor before we started." She was drinking. She said, "Yeah, this is my liquid courage because I was so nervous."
I was thinking about that as well, but before, the problem is for me, it's always a little bit hard to talk English so much
Yeah.
because, we're speaking German, so you never mind about talking to a stranger, first time podcast, and speaking English. That's
You
pretty
don't want to
hard
be
now.
impaired. Yeah. Well, welcome to the podcast.
Thank you.
Yeah. Is your name Cenety? Is that how you say it?
Yeah, it is, but it's just my I call it gamer name.
Yeah.
So my real name is Jessie, but as you prefer it, doesn't matter.
Yeah, whatever. I'm Eric.
Hi.
Hello. I go by my nickname is Erock on our YouTube channel. So I always tell people my real name when I'm on here because sometimes I've had a couple people ask me when they first start, like, so are you the one that's contacted me on Instagram? Because it just says TriFecta Airsoft, and I'm like, yeah, that's me. I'm Erock from our YouTube channel, but my name's Eric. So, oh yeah. So are you in Austria? Is that
Yes. Right. Right.
okay? Because I was looking at your Instagram and you had some of the gameplay stuff or footage or pictures, I guess, from where you played. And I
Yep.
looked up where it was at, and I was like, oh, okay, because I saw some pictures of you guys in like pretty heavy snow area. I was like, oh,
Yeah.
it must be cold there.
Oh no, it's quite okay. This year it wasn't that cold at all, and we don't get that much snow, but sometimes we get 2 meters snow or something like that. That's pretty funny.
Oh yeah. Well, where I grew up in kind of like the northern part of the United States, the northeast part, we had a lot of snow in the winter. And I remember growing up as a kid, there was one year, I think I was like 10 years old or something. There was this giant snowstorm. We had like 8 feet of snow where we were at in a couple days. So the snow was so high, it was up to the roof of the house. And we would go, we would go out, and me and my friends, and we would actually sled ride off the roofs of the house into the backyard.
That's a funny story. We got in my childhood there was a lot of more snow like nowadays. Um, and I was living in the second floor of a house with I think it has 5 floors, something like that. And I can remember there was once I think we had something like 3 meters. I don't know how much it is in feet because we don't use feet. Uh,
That's about 9 feet. Yeah.
So it was pretty much, and I can remember that my dad means you need to jump from the balcony into the snow. So we get started putting our jackets on, and all kids from my neighborhood coming into our flat and jumping from the balcony into the snow, and we make them feel like tunnel them into the snow and small igloos. It was pretty funny. It was pretty funny. But I can remember we had later on so much snow as these days.
Yeah, that's when you're a kid, snow, like a lot of snow is so fun, because you dig the, like you said, we dug the tunnels and stuff too. We made these giant like caves and dug out all this stuff and we were playing in it. But you know, as adults and we have to go to work and drive in the snow, we're like, fuck this shit. Oh
Totally
yeah.
right. Totally right. I always say I like the snow on the mountains, but not on the streets.
Right, for real. Especially when, if you have to go to work like kind of early in the morning, when it's in the wintertime, it's still dark out in the morning when you go to work and then your car is covered or, you got to scrape all this ice off the windows and yeah, it's real pretty. Like especially at Christmas time, we put out a lot of people around here put out lights and decorate and all that kind of stuff. And if you have kind of a little bit of snow, it looks really pretty. But after a couple days, like it can just go ahead and go away.
I feel you. I feel you totally. This year, after work, I got a problem because I'm living a little bit on the mountain,
Mm.
and there are three ways to get to my place, and all three ways were closed. The streets were closed because I got so many cars stuck. Nobody came up there. So I need to park my car far away from my home and walking, I think, about 1.5 hour home
Oh my
with
God.
really bad shoes. I was
Oh.
done. I called my boss at home and told him if it would be okay to stay home the next day because I was pissed off after 1.5 hour of walk.
Oh, you had to be miserable. Did your toes get cold as hell?
Yes, they do. But that's no problem. I got some USB feet warmer underneath my PC, so everything's fine.
Oh, that's nice. Yeah. So the area I live in now, uh, we live we moved here about 10 years ago or 15 years ago, and it's about 10-hour drive away from where I grew up, and or about 600 miles from where I grew up, and south. So we're in South Carolina. It's warm most of the year. In the summertime, it's really hot, 95, really high humidity, and so I love the warmth. I love the heat. I like the sun, and I don't like the snow or cold too much. So anyway, I like being where I'm at.
I was thinking about to traveling away or even completely move away from Austria as well, because I'm also more like in summer to more like a summer kid, yeah, absolutely. I
Yeah.
like the snow, but just for looking, I'm get cold easily. So, but the problem is we got so many benefits in Austria. So I've learned 3 years Japanese and was
Oh
thinking
wow.
about moving to Japan.
Yeah.
But work times and as an not Japanese person, you get often bullied and stuff like that, and they are quite. I love Japan and I love the people in Japan. They are
Yeah.
mostly really, really nice. But a friend of mine is moving to Japan longer time ago, and she's often saying if she can choose again, she wouldn't move to Japan again.
Oh wow.
So that was my plan. Now I'm studying in Austria, so I'm staying.
Yeah. So I grew up in the here in America, and then I went in the military for 4 years and a long time ago, and I spent 1 year in Okinawa, Japan. So it's not the same as mainland. It was a lot more traditional, I guess, or old school compared to like Tokyo or something like that. But I loved it there. It was, you know, of course, we were in the military. We had, you know, military bases all over Okinawa, and we had a great time. But we mostly drank and went to the beach, you know, after work or on the weekends, because it was hot and sunny there all the time. You know, it was like a tropical environment, so it was really pretty. But and the ocean there, the beaches are really really pretty. It's a lot of coral. They don't. They actually didn't have uh, you know, natural sand beaches. It was all rocks and coral. And there was a couple places on the island where they brought in sand and made like a giant sand beach for, you know, the residents and stuff. But most of it was really like dark blue or light blue coral, which makes the water, like when you see those, you know, pictures or videos, it makes it really pretty. But it's very difficult to walk on. So we're walking out there with bare feet, you know, with drinking a beer, talking and stuff, and our feet are getting cut up.
I was in Tokyo. I tried to go to the beach, but it was December, so it
Ooh.
was. I never thought in Tokyo there is pretty rarely snowing, but when I was there in December, for sure it snows.
It
What
followed you
else?
from Austria.
That's like I'm hoping to do not see any snow in my holiday, and there we go.
uh,
It snows.
you know,
Perfect.
that's so funny because that was the joke when we first moved down here to South Carolina. You know, of course, we came from an area that was cold and snowy a lot of, you know, months out of the year. Well, then the first winter we got down here, there was like this giant ice storm, which they hadn't had for a long time. So everyone I worked with was blaming us. You know, oh, you brought all the cold down from Ohio. I said, yeah, it followed us. I said, oh shit. What you drinking? What is that?
Mm.
It looks like a what is that?
That's Club Mate. I was thinking how the movie is called. In Netflix, there was a movie. I think it was about who was it? Who was it? Who was it? Oh, I can't remember. But that's I don't know if you know mate tea.
What is it? Club. Okay.
Club
Club
mate.
mate. Mata. Yeah.
It's a tea. It's a somehow it's a tea. Mate tea is something makes you up energy like
Oh,
coffee or something like that.
right.
But it's sparkling and fresh and not that sweet at all. So I pretty like it, and that's a drink. I think it gets more and more common here underneath the gamer guys. It's more the
Oh, yeah.
gamer drink.
Right, right.
But
Yeah.
it's
Well,
it's really good.
you have the so you do you game? Do you do some gaming?
I do.
Yeah, I love your headset.
Thank you.
Yeah, the cat ears. Yeah. Yeah, it's you know, a lot of gamers here in America, we had years ago, they had this Mountain Dew. They came out with this game fuel, you know. It was one of their I guess one of their types or whatever they came out with. And it was I think it was kind of like orange kind of taste or whatever for a Mountain Dew and it was but it was like geared after you know the games like Halo and that kind of thing. But that was a lot of guys drank that back when Halo first came out. They would yeah, yo, you got to have a Mountain Dew game fuel, you know, to play Halo and all that kind of stuff. But we drank, you know, energy drinks and that kind of thing to when we were game.
I never tried the Mountain Dew. I'm trying to get one, but it's every time the same thing. If we get something from America, it's expensive. So,
Oh yeah.
um, and also I'm trying to get hard to get since years. I just want to try some candy corn.
Candy corn?
Yeah, I just
Oh,
want to
listen.
try some candy corn.
Now you're talking about like the caramel
The,
popcorn or
the
whatever.
no, the Halloween candy corns. Y-
Oh, the
Um,
little yellow and
from Branches or something. I think the name of the brand is Branches or something.
yeah, yeah.
Um, I don't know if maybe I find it.
Well, listen, I will send you some because we can get that all year round. You're talking about the
Really?
little. It looks like a little triangle,
Yeah, yeah,
and
yeah.
it's got the three little colors, like the white, the
Orange, yellow,
orange.
and white. Yeah, yeah.
Yep. Oh, I will send you a bag of that.
Oh wow, that would be
Yes, for
nice.
real. Yeah,
We get sometimes pop-up American candy stores, and I were trying to find some. I tried Twinkies and stuff like that already, but
yeah.
they never had the candy corn, and I just want to try them.
So that's interesting because I guess we most of us assume that most countries have the same type of drinks or snacks or whatever, like these big companies that make all this stuff. We assume that you guys everywhere have access to this thing. So yeah, that's interesting. So candy corn, uh, Mountain Dew. It's hard. So you guys don't. You couldn't go into like a gas station or a grocery store and get Mountain Dew.
Not really, no.
Really? What
That's
kind of? Do you guys have soda like Coke or something like that?
yeah, yeah, sure. Coke, Sprite, Fanta, stuff like that. The normal
Mm,
things we do have as well.
yeah,
But what did I know from America? What we can't get here as well? Huh.
that's crazy.
More like
Mountain Dew.
the sweet stuff is a thing. I don't know why it is, but the sweet stuff I tried from America is not quite the same as the sweet stuff at our place. It's
Okay.
sweeter,
Yeah.
kind.
Yeah, they put all kind of junk and sugar and stuff in our stuff. You see how, fat Americans are. So they're always eating the Twinkies and Doritos and drinking Mountain Dew.
I think the thing on plus size people, but we also get plus size people. I was as well. I was pretty plus size a
Really?
longer time ago. But that's the kind everybody need to do his honest decision what you eat.
Right.
But for sure, if there is more stuff with more sugar, you might get easier
Yeah.
plus size.
So how did you get? So how did you change from that? Did you just got tired of being like that and you started changing, or did you start exercising?
I was plus size since childhood. It's
Yeah.
as I don't know if you know what's typical Austrian food, but we eat a lot of things like with flour and
Oh yeah.
fat and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So it's just something you need to get some weight. So on a point as I got on teenage age and people bullied me pretty
Mm,
hard.
right.
So after a long time, I tried to get a job. It's the same thing as well. If you doesn't look that pretty, you might not get a job, even if the
Right.
person behind you looks pretty and doesn't know what she's really doing. She might get the job, but you don't
Mm-hmm.
because you don't look pretty. So there was a point I'm going outside and can't really move my feet because every single step hurt.
Oh wow.
And there was the point I thought maybe I should just lose weight or maybe I will end up broken totally.
Mm-hmm.
So I get a surgery for my stomach,
Yeah.
and then I lose something about 20 kilograms. And after the this 20 kilograms, I need to put down weight by myself because it just was a small sugar ray. It wasn't that big thing. You lose weight instant. You just
Gotcha.
so after that I completely changed my habit of eating and making sports such as airsoft as well. So airsoft
Yeah.
is the best thing to just keep fit and keep your weight. Even I still love cake and something like that. And
Of course. Everyone loves cake. Oh yeah.
cake is a trap every time.
Well, it's funny because I saw this a few years ago. I was watching something where they were talking about. This guy was talking about. I always post these these events, and he was trying to get a bunch of like a social event. He was trying to get a bunch of people to show up, and nobody would show up. So uh, he was like, I don't know what to do. And the lady he was talking to said, well, start having some cake at the at the social event, and then when you're posting this invitation, say, hey, there's cake, and take a picture of it or whatever. He said everyone showed up. I said, oh yeah, get him with the cake now. Oh yeah.
That's like people always say, or our family, it's always the same. The families were like, oh, grandma, oh, no, I don't have any time, grandma. I made cake.
Yep.
Everybody, okay.
Yep, I'll be there. I mean, that's why when you have parties, food is like the center of the party. If you don't have food at a party, it's not a party. So you got to have a bunch of different varieties of food, and especially desserts. Cookies and cake and brownies or whatever. That's that's the way that we socialize. So, and I socialize on here when I'm talking to people by drinking because I can still take a drink and talk. But if I'm stuffing my mouth full of food, like cake or something, I can't really talk. you know? So this is a social thing too. So what got you into airsoft growing up? Like, did you get into it at a young age, or did you start out in paintball?
Not pretty. I'm just quite really new. And especially, I never was in something gun thing like that. My ex-boyfriend was a major of our military,
Gotcha.
some higher place. I don't know in what place he really was, but I made him, I think, 6 years ago or something like that. And ghillie suit. That's the only thing I can remember, but I never was something in a gun thing or something. I'm just quite girly, really.
Yeah.
Um, so a friend of mine, she's wearing the same Japanese dresses as I. So I know her from Japanese dressing culture. Um, her her
Mm.
husband,
Yep.
um, says, "Hey, you should come airsoft because you got some aggression you may need to lose." So
Oh
yeah,
shit.
you need to know I'm an engineer and technical engineer, and mostly need to talk to people on the phone and thinking about why are you sitting there? I hate people so much. So um,
Oh, that's
I
funny.
I was angry all the time, and he said to me, maybe if you go to airsoft and shoot some people, you might get better. And yes, I get better, totally better.
Right? It feels good.
um, I still don't have any clue about different guns or something like that. So
That's all
if
right.
anybody say, you know, that AK or M4 or something like that, I know I have an M4,
That's all you need to know.
Yeah, yeah. But what I really love on airsoft is not just the shooting on the playground. It's the home stuff as well. Like I do anodizing my own stuff in pink because nobody anodizes in pink, so I do it my own. I'm a technician, so I learned it.
Yeah,
That's what I'm doing: turning, milling, anodizing.
right. Yeah, I saw on your Instagram you on your bio you had mechanical engineer, 3D printing, and I've seen some of your I went through your Instagram. You had some posts where you had showed something you 3D printing or that kind of thing, and it looks really cool. And then yeah, I'm going to tell you how I found you was through uh, one of the photographers that I know that I follow on Instagram had posted or reposted, I guess, a picture of you on the field, and you had these black and like urban camo, like the black and gray kind of camo pants, and you were leaning up against the wall. You had, you were on the field, and he reposted it and said, "This is hot as fuck," something like that, and for real. So because you were leaning on a wall, uh, like on a barrier, and so that's how I found your Instagram channel or page, I guess, was through him, and so when I looked and you said, you had 3D printing, and I saw your posts on, with the airsoft stuff. I was like, hey, I'll reach out to you, see if talk about it, whatever. It's cool.
I love this crafty stuff totally. It's not just 3D printing or doing mechanical stuff. It's I'm sewing, I'm making leatherworks and stuff like that. I just love to being crafty.
So
So
did you were you always like that as a kid growing up? Were you always into that kind of thing and then interested in engineering type of things, and then you went to school for it?
my dad had his own factory,
Mm.
so he made machines, just special machines. So if somebody came and say, "I need a machine who does this and this and this and this," he just um, it's like a kid. You planning, you drawing, you do everything from 0 to 100, and that was the thing. I just fell in love, and I was a kid with I think 3 years or 5 years, and my dad built a small turning machine. It was just like that.
Hmm.
While my dad was on the big turning machine, I stand on his side on my own small turning machine and learn how to turn.
Oh wow.
So I just fell in love from the first breath to till now on this mechanical thing.
Yeah.
Later I got some problems with my back, so that's because if you need to every time hold some heavy stuff, it's just not that easy.
Right. So
So I get
the turning machine, is that like, what does that do? I'm not familiar with that term. Is that
um
like a lathe, like something that spins
yeah, yeah.
and you cut or you form something from it?
I can show you.
Yeah, show me.
Um,
Oh
just a
yeah.
second.
Say, if you pull it up on your computer screen, you can share the screen on Discord as well.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah. Yeah, I've
Ah,
had people do that where they want to show me something, they'll just pull it up.
I'm a little old school. I'm more into the TeamSpeak thing. Discord is quite a new thing.
Yeah. Well, Discord was invented for gamers initially, originally, because we needed a platform to for multiple people to get into a chat, because game chat wasn't really a thing until later years.
was beginning gaming with, I think I was 11 or something like that, and there was the first TeamSpeak. So I've played World of Warcraft quite a long time, and
Warcraft?
I just had the TeamSpeak and the chat in World of Warcraft.
Yeah, yeah.
So there we go. That's a good video. Uh,
Videos from your dad's
no, no,
machines?
no. That's
Oh, okay.
just. I do have a video on my phone where I was turning something for my gun,
Yeah.
but it was so terrible. At least because it was late at night. It was like 2 a.m. in the morning, and I
Yeah.
just want to get finished with my gun. It's a shortly shown what's turning. That's
Yeah. So that, yeah, we call that a lathe. Uh, so yeah, but it's the same. Yeah, it's the same thing. Turning. Yep.
and milling. You know as well.
Milling.
Like
Yep.
that's milling thing.
Yeah. CNC milling or
Uh,
lathe. Yeah, milling. Yep.
so,
Oh,
but I don't have any CNC machines. I just need to do it on my own. So,
yeah. But your dad built those kind of machines.
no, he just built one for me,
Oh,
a
wow.
small one. Not quite one of these machines. He made some machines like sorting different stuff with camera system and well, phew, different, completely different. We also made a machine who does tights, woman tights, fold them up and stick them into the foil and seal them so it can go out. Nobody
Oh,
needs to
that's
fold
right.
it.
That's cool. I've seen machines like that where they, videos like that where they do the where it folds up like a T-shirt or something. Those little arms, you know, and then shove it into a bag.
That was the same, something like that. My dad makes as well.
Oh, that's
So
cool.
later I told him I want to do the same way and want to get the factory, but there are some problems, and at least he's getting pension, and I
Hmm.
wasn't finished with my school at end, so now it's time to study something new.
Yeah, I mean that's sometimes we can't help what happens in life, and then you take a different direction. I'm not sure if you know the history of our channel, but our YouTube channel, and so how I got to here doing podcasts for Airsoft is funny because I haven't actually played Airsoft. So look at that face. Oh, I know,
I
it's
was
horrible.
so ashamed. I'm
Oh,
still
it's
new at
terrible.
that.
Oh, oh, I know. Listen, we, so two of my sons got into airsoft 3 years ago with their best friend, and at the time they got into it, that they start playing, they're adults, they're in their 20s, and I was paralyzed. So I was paralyzed for 2 years with an illness, and then so before that, I was the kind of guy that really, I mean, I knew how to use a computer. I built my own computers. I gamed, I was a gamer and that kind of thing. But I never watched YouTube. I never did anything on YouTube. Okay, up until 3 years ago, or 5 year, yeah, 5 years ago, and because I started like five different YouTube channels. But anyway, Airsoft was one of them. So I was, stuck in the house. I couldn't get out of the house and work. I could barely walk and that kind of thing. So that's how this whole thing started. So I still am kind of recovering from that, and I can't walk very fast, or hold, heavy things. So I have not played on the field, like gone to an airsoft field and play with these guys. My two sons and their best friend play, and I started the YouTube channel, and I had them filming like with GoPros and that kind of thing, and then I would edit and then post all the videos on our YouTube channel. So it's so funny when I when I talk to people on here, Like when I message somebody, hey, you want to be on a podcast? And they're like, well, I don't really know. Like, I'm brand new in Airsoft. I don't really know that much about Airsoft. I'm like, bro, I've never even played. Okay, so they're like, what? So anyway, but yeah, that's how I got to here. But
Right, I scared at first place as you asked me for the podcast because I'm were like, oh my god, I'm so completely new in Airsoft. I don't even know any word in English. Oh god damn, I don't know how to speak.
oh, you're doing great.
Oh, I'm trying my best.
Oh yeah.
I hope my English teacher doesn't get angry of me because my English is so bad.
Oh my gosh, you're doing wonderful. I did a podcast with a girl in here in the States just a couple weeks ago, and her mom's from Poland, so she grew up she grew up in the United States, but she grew up going to Polish schools here in America. So she was telling me that she grew up that way, and I was like, so I said, do you speak Polish? She said, yeah, I speak. I said, let me hear it. Oh no, she said no. She goes, Mom, if you're listening, I'm sorry, I'm gonna mess this up. So she was talking and whatever, and I said that sounded awesome. She goes, nope, it was horrible. I'm gonna get all these people. My teachers would be mad at me right now. So that's funny.
Yeah, it's the problem at our place is like everybody needs to learn English. That's completely fine. That's
Mm,
completely fine, and it's right because so we can speak with the world. The thing is, nobody really speaks English. I mean, we had this in between thing. We call it Denglish.
yeah.
It's the meaning between Deutsch, that's German,
Ah,
and English, so it's Denglish. Some words are in English we use daily too, but
right.
mostly we don't speak English, and most of the Austrians we don't use it, so why should we speak perfectly English? So I never thought I ever do podcasts in English.
Well, here you are, and you're doing wonderful. It's we have the same thing here. So like a lot of people that come to America from like Mexico, or when I was talking to this one girl, she was like, sometimes I speak Poglish because I'll speak Polish, but then I'll throw in like an English word. And I think that's really common with people that speak different languages, because whatever the country they're in, whatever the main language is, they'll still speak, throw in some words that are common from another language. And we have my son is actually his girlfriend is from Colombia, and she's only been here 2 years in America, but she has two kids that are young, like 11 and 6, and they speak really good Spanish and really good English. But the mom, my son's girlfriend is older, and she's having a hard time. She uses Google Translate on her phone. Like when she comes over for a party and she wants to tell us something, she's like, she'll start talking and then she'll stop and go, and she'll just type it in, and then she'll try to read it, like say it or whatever. So it's really cool. Those are things that I wished America would put into our schools, is learning, a lot of the different languages like that, like German, Japanese, Spanish. We have those classes in high school, but and they're starting now to teach younger kids in the school, whatever, like Spanish, but they don't. They're not really. They'll teach them a couple words. Like people that go through these classes, it's not a. I think they don't take it serious, maybe, and so you don't really learn a whole lot of that language, when you come out. So you could pass the class, like in high school, with, very little effort, right? And you get out. I took Spanish in high school, and when I graduated, I knew like hola. I knew like two words, okay? Cerveza, beer, and high. That was about it.
The most important things in life, beer and
I'm s-
high.
Hello, where's the beer?
that,
Of
that was the
course.
first thing I learned in Japanese. One beer, please.
Yes. How do you say it
うーん、
in Japan?
ビエロください。
Oh, that's good. Very good.
いいえ。
Konnichiwa.
何すみません、わかりません。こんにちは。私
Arigato,
は、
hey.
はい、はい、はい。どうぞよろしく。
So yeah, I spent a year over there and I learned arigato, hubba hubba honcho, with the taxi driver. But oh yeah.
I learned it for 3 years, but never used it again. So I
Hmm.
think I literally forgot more than I learned before.
That's
last
what
time,
happens.
last time in my English classroom happened a thing, and everybody looked at me like, "Oh my god!" I was saying they just should wait a minute, and I don't say it in German, and I don't say it in English. I say it in Japanese. I say, ちょっと待ってください. And everybody,
They said, "What the hell?"
that's the point when I don't remember the German word and I don't remember the English word. Then there comes the Japanese word.
Oh, jeez. Yeah, that's funny. I mean, that's cool though, you know. And you know what? Anime is really becoming popular now here in America. Do you guys are you in anime? Like,
For sure, I'm just growing up with anime. It's
yeah.
more shocking to me that it just become now popular in
Hmm.
America.
Well, I guess I'm just now aware of it. Okay, over the last couple of years, it's probably been popular, but it's probably been really popular. I remember one of my when I first started. This is a few years ago, and somebody's like, one of my friends was like, "Oh yeah, man, I watch anime." I'm like, "Oh, like what?" And like Pikachu or something. He was like, "No, that's Pokemon." I'm like, "I don't know." So he said, he goes, "No, man, I watched this one called Afro Samurai." I'm like, "Oh, what is that?" It was pretty cool. So that was, I don't have a lot of experience in anime or, time watching and stuff. But my youngest daughter just got married a few months ago, and her and her husband are big into anime. Like his whole family, like his sisters, he's got four sisters, and they're all into anime for like ever. So when they come over, I have a sketch pad, like a drawing pad, with charcoal pencils, and so I'll have that. They love to draw. So they'll come over and go, "Hey, can I get your drawing pad?" I'm like, "Yeah, go ahead." So they'll draw pictures, and it's always the anime stuff.
So wonderful if somebody can draw something like that. That's the thing I never could do. Drawing it's wow. I think I'm glad if I can draw a little sun or something, a smiley, and that's not even beautiful. By the way,
Oh yeah.
congrats to your daughter. Big
Right?
step.
Thank you. Yeah, yeah. She's 20.
Oh wow, quite young.
Hmm.
Ooh.
Hmm. So, uh, like 2 weeks ago, she texted me, and they still live pretty close to us. So it's like they live like 20 minutes away. Well, she works where she works at is like 10 minutes from my house. So she texted me one day a couple weeks ago while I was at work and said, "Hey, I'm gonna come over tonight after work." And I said, "Okay, cool." I said, "Hey, can you stop at the liquor store and get me a bottle of vodka?" And yeah, she goes, "Dad, I'm only 20." So in America, I don't know how it is in Austria, but in America, you have to be 21 to buy alcohol, whatever. So She goes, I'm only 20. I said, oh shit, I thought you were 21. Oh yeah. She's like, no, you can go get your own vodka. I said, okay.
Yeah, in Austria we got some. It's a little different. We can drink wine and beer
Yeah.
as we are 16, and we can drink some other stuff like vodka or mm, something gin or something like that.
Whiskey or gin. Yeah.
Uh, uh, as we getting 18. But
Yeah.
we can just get our driver license when we're 18 as well. So
Yeah.
I know in America there's something, I think you can get your driver license with 16,
Yeah.
right?
15. Yeah.
15? No way.
Yeah. Yeah.
For a car.
Yeah.
What the? That
Yeah.
would make
So,
so much, many things easier in Austria.
oh, well, so what the way it works is each state in America has a little bit different rules with that, but 16 is, yeah, you're right. 16 is like the general or the majority of what everyone goes by. Here in South Carolina and some other states, you can at 15 you can go apply for your driver's license, but it's like a they call it a temporary kind of driver's license. So you apply for that, and then you have to drive. You're allowed to drive at 15, but you have to have an adult or somebody 21 or older with their license in the car with you in the front seat. So you have to you can do that for 6 months, and once that those many hours of driving that you've had that experience, then you can go for your license. So you go to a driver class, and then you take the test, and if you pass that, then you take a driving test, and then you get your license at 15 and a half. So so this is why we're at we're driving down the road yelling at people because they don't know how to drive because they started at 15 and they weren't taught properly, you know. Oh yeah.
I think at my place we do have something similar like that. So we can start with 17 and
Mm.
something like that as well. But that's new. As I was at that age, I think it wasn't that common to do this. Uh, when I
Now do
think
you,
I was 14 and I need to start work. And it was pretty hard to get to work because I need to drive the bus for 2 hours to get to my workplace. And
oh
when
my
I'm driving
God.
with my car, I need 15 minutes to get to my workplace.
Oh
So
jeez.
that's
Yeah, I
what
was gonna
I
say,
mean.
do you guys have like with your work, you're allowed to start working at a young age, like
Yeah, you
jobs?
need to, we do have, we do have to make 9 normal school years.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like primary school, and there we go to mid school, and then you have 1 year high school, or and then start working, or you can make more years of high school. So
Oh
we
wow.
have all in all 9 years to do it, and then you can start with your job. It's they say it's I don't know if you had that. I think you had it as well. It's like to be an Lehrling. It's the word in German.
Mm.
So you don't really start working from zero. You just choose what you want to work. Then you need to, like my job, mechanical engineer, is 4 years of something working and school together.
Yeah.
And then you need to make some exams, and if you pass them, you're a mechanical engineer.
Oh
I don't
wow.
know how it is in America.
Yeah, it's kind of different. So but I like how that is because they make you get hands-on experience with what you're going into. So here in America, you can go the way our normal like schooling or whatever goes. We have you start kindergarten, or first grade. So we have grades kindergarten through 12. So that is, and that's all the way through high school. So you have elementary school is like grade school, and that goes from kindergarten to sixth grade, I think. They've changed it since I got out of school, but and then from seventh and eighth grade, they do like this. It's called like a middle school, and then ninth grade, ninth, 10th, 11th, and 12th, you go to high school. So most people in America don't graduate high school until they're like 17 or 18 years old.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And it's all schooling. Now you can start a job when you're 15 in America. And unless it's like family owned, then you can start working at, I think, 14 or something like that. But somewhere around there. But you can't work full time until you're 18. So yeah, you can't. So a minor, so anyone under 18 cannot work 40 hours a week. Even if you're
Okay.
17 and a half, you can't work 40 hours a week because that is for school. So they want you to stay in school until you graduate high school. And then you go to college if somebody wants to go to college. That's a, up to, that's a choice. And but if somebody goes to college for 4 years, like mechanical engineering, they'll graduate high school, then they'll go to college for 4 years, and they go to school like all the just the schooling for 4 years on mechanical engineering. They don't actually get a job in mechanical engineering or learning that until after they graduate 4 years of college. So then all they have is book knowledge, like classroom knowledge or whatever learning, and then they go to their job, as a mechanical engineer and do the work after that. So they don't have any experience until they do that.
Did they don't get some degree or something? They made it for 4 years mechanical engineer. Now you're a mechanical engineer. How does it work? That's the thing because we can start with what it's quite the same. If you get a family owned business like at my case, you can start with 14. Mostly starting with 15. I don't know if
Mm,
it's still the same, changed as well. Or
yeah,
you can go school and later you can make your going study after you just finish the high school. So um, I'm I'm finished with my school after the 9 years and started working and we do the I go every day working full time.
yeah.
Um, at our place, the most time full time is 38 and a half hours a week.
Mm,
Sometimes it can go up to 42. So it
yep.
depends on what kind of job you're doing. So
That's the
we're
same here.
going
Hmm.
working full time and have 2 months a year of school in these 4 years. And after these 4 years, with every year 2 months of school, we get a degree that we are just simply. There is something like he does a great. He's now a mechanical engineer. So and we if we want to get to another job or something like that, we just need to show up that degree that we are a mechanical engineer or something like that.
Yeah.
And now my thing is that because I started working like with 14, I don't get this degree to study. That
Mm,
if we are finishing the high school, we get a degree that we can study everything we want.
hmm.
So and it's not always good to going to work so early. I think it's better really to think about your future and trying to stay as long as possible at school.
Yeah. Yeah. That's crazy. Yeah. I see. I see. I feel like that's a better setup, um, because starting to work in that field, like hands-on, kind of working in, whatever you're going into. That's a better way to learn than just sitting in a classroom. You got to have kind of both. So we have there's some things here in America where they'll uh, they'll have that, where like if you want to be a general contractor. So in America, a general contractor is somebody that can in construction, like building buildings or building houses or buildings or whatever, that how everything should be built to where it's safe, and all the structure is good, all the electrical is good, the plumbing, all that kind of stuff. Well, to get that degree, you can't go to college. You have to work with somebody that's a general contractor for 2 years straight. And so you have to work with that person that's already in that, with that degree or whatever, or that certificate. Uh, you have to work with them for 2 years, and they have to teach you. And then you have to take this big test to pass it, to be able to, be a general contractor. So that's not something they offer like in college or whatever. I'm sure they offer, different courses where that will help, kind of get you ready for that kind of thing. But no matter what, you still have to work with somebody. And that's actually, like in a job, working with that person for 2 years before you can even take the test.
That's the thing we're doing in these 4 years. That's quite pretty
Yeah.
the thing we're doing.
Okay.
And it's for every different job, you need to do it. Even if you're
Yeah.
just a hairdresser or something like that. They have 3
Oh,
years you
wow.
need to uh, look at other people, how they are doing. You're just co-working them.
Yeah.
And at the end, you do have that big test, and then you get your degree. You are a hairdresser.
Yeah.
So that's how it works in Austria. Okay, I don't know. In America, there isn't that thing like you get something. You are now this or that. So it
They
might be easier to get a job in America than in Austria because we always need paper, 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 paper.
Okay, gotcha. Oh yeah, no, you can get a listen. You can get a job right out of high school or whatever, like at a fast food, place, or a grocery store or gas station. Most of the guys I work with, like I work construction, so you know, redoing houses, demolition, and then uh, just redoing the whole house. So plumbing, electrical, painting, drywall. That's why I said today when I got home, I before we got on the podcast, uh, I had just got home like 10 minutes before, because where I'm working today is it's a like a farther drive. So when I got home, I had paint all all over here on my face. So I had to hurry up and clean up. But so we do all that stuff. But yeah, you can get a job right out of high school doing most anything. Uh, Honestly, besides like being a doctor or the things that take extra schooling, like they won't let you build a bridge, on the roads if you don't have a civil engineer degree. But yeah, so good thing, or else we'd all be crashing. Stuff would fall apart.
Somehow it's good because you can trying different things. So if we get something done like me with my mechanical engineer, if I lose my job, I need to go back into that. Even I don't want. I just had that paper. That's
Yeah.
why I need to go back to that work. So if I want to change, I need to change it on my own. But when I want to change, I get paid like in trainee. So
Oh yeah.
it's like about 200 euros a month or something like that. And just to get my flat paid, I need to pay 600 euros a month, so you never
Oh my
can
gosh.
go far with 200 euros or something like that. So most people starting with a job, they choosing with 14 and need to do this job till the end, or they just getting crazy and get into a job by luck, because
Yeah.
that happens sometime. If somebody doesn't want to see your papers, it's okay, but
Mm.
it's rarely, and most people pretty need to stay in their jobs. That's some depression
Hmm.
thing. That's the thing, because that's the this thing why I'm now doing school again.
Yeah.
I wanted to change. So long time, it was really hard. I think they changed the system now a little bit for people who get lost their jobs or something. We had a
Yeah.
really good system in Austria. If you lose your job, you don't need to pay yourself. You get a small amount from the state, so you can pay your flat and get some food. It's not quite much, but it's pretty okay.
Yeah.
And we don't need to pay anything for doctors or something like that. That's the same.
Right.
It's really good. I like the system.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, but the job thing, so it kind of makes you feel like, from what it sounds like, it makes you feel like you're kind of stuck in that one position or field that you chose, uh, unless yeah. So you're just kind of stuck in that way. So I guess yeah, there's I've worked with people that here that have worked like three different jobs at once. So they'll work. One of my friends worked. He worked in a trucking, like a shipping company, like a warehouse. So he loaded trucks with like a forklift, and then he worked at a machining place, like what you're talking, with the milling machines. And then on the weekends, he would work at a video game store. So he did all these things, and he didn't have, when he got those jobs, he didn't have to have any papers, no college, no schooling. He just showed up, filled this paper out, said, "Yeah, I can drive a forklift," and just that was it. And so it was a lot of opportunity, that way.
we do have some jobs like that as well for people who don't do this training thing.
Yeah.
Um, but they are mostly really poor paid. So as
Mm.
you say, you might need a second job or a third job as well. So Austria is pretty expensive to live in,
Okay.
and even if you had a degree and you're, I think mechanical engineer is quite good paid job,
Yeah.
and it's still hard to live in Austria.
Mm.
So most people just do this kind of jobs if they getting or lose their old job, and there is no place right now to get a new job in his old way he's going. So just to get over some time.
Yeah, that's I don't know hardly anything about Austria. So hearing these things, it's very interesting to me. I love learning about these different cultures and how things are. I always ask people like, well, how was high school when you were growing up? Like, because I know like that's a thing when you're starting to become, kind of self-aware as a person, like at 14, 15 years old, you start realizing your parents don't know everything, and so you hang out with your friends or you start making friends, and you have to kind of stick up for yourself, if you're getting picked on or bullied, and so it's kind of a, I think that's where we try to fit in, right? Is high school. So I love learning about different cultures and different countries where, like, what was your high school experience? Because we see stuff on movies or shows, but it's way different when you're talking with somebody that, went through it, and you kind of tell. how it was or that whatever, and like the differences and things. Now we're sports, like in school. Was that like a big thing in high school or?
We need to do sports, but that's not quite like America. We do have some. It's more like you do it private. The sports you do it private.
Gotcha.
We do have school sports, but it's more like 2 hours a week or something like that. It's a long time ago, and I
Yeah.
don't really like it. I don't appreciate it. So if we play. I got a teacher who was totally into the American sports, like baseball. And I can say, I know there's some people out there are hating me right now, but I hate baseball. I just hate baseball. Nobody does it in Austria, but we need to do it. And the ball was so hard, and this glove was so big, and I just don't like it. I really don't like it.
Did you ever get hit with the ball?
Oh, yeah, I
Oh,
do
it hurts.
many times, and I always get some pretty blue big
Bruises.
bruises everywhere.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah,
Oh,
it's not fun. I remember growing up. Baseball is a big thing here. So, 5, 6, 7 years old, we're playing baseball. Most of us growing up, and yeah, that first time you get hit with the ball, like you put your mitt down or here or whatever, and it hits you, and the you're crying. When you're a little kid. Yeah, that's a funny thing. Now,
I wasn't
so
sure what I don't like the most. Is it the ball or is it the stinky big glove everybody uses the same? I don't know.
So what you need is the smaller baseball glove that's pink, and then you'll be great.
You
Ah,
got that right.
there you go. Yeah, so baseball's big. Now, what about like? Did they do any other sports? Like, do you ever know? Did you ever play kickball?
No, 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 no. We don't have something like that in
Oh,
Austria.
you're
We are
missing
more
out.
we are more like into skiing and stuff like that, snow stuff.
Okay. What about like ice skating? Did you guys do like hockey? Is hockey big there?
Sure, sure. Not
Uh,
quite as sport hockey as we do have some private sport hockey teams and something like that, but they are
yeah.
not quite good, I think. I don't
Yeah.
know. I'm not into hockey. I'm more into skiing. But we have pretty good skiing guys
Okay.
in Austria. So I don't know if you ever watching TV skiing. I don't think so. I think that's the thing of Austria.
Oh no, I
So
mean, yeah, I mean, we've seen skiing. My wife actually, she skied. She learned how to ski in high school. So she was actually in a club. They have and here in America, they have different clubs in high school. That's part of the school. The schooling part, whatever. So you'll have the chess club where people play chess. They'll get together and do that and learn how to play. And then they have ski club, so they'll learn how to ski. Now down here in South Carolina, I don't think they have that. But where I grew up, me and my wife grew up, they're it's colder, so they're not mountains. They're like hills. They're not big mountains. They're very small, but we get enough snow where people can ski and that kind of thing. But I didn't like skiing too well. I did the hockey stuff, or for winter. I liked ice skating and hockey, and sled riding, of course. But you know, but yeah, they have in school we had baseball, tennis, football, golf, kickball, and I'm sure I missed one. Now I played baseball, football, and wrestling. So we had wrestling, like grappling, and that's what I was into, and that's what a lot of people, is a real common kind of sports, whatever, in school.
we are mostly in school just something like running,
Mm.
climbing, normal stuff like that, just boring stuff. Um, we were separated, boys and girls. I don't know
Oh,
how it
really?
is. Yeah, it's long time ago. I don't think it's this time's the same.
Yeah,
At my time, it was boys and girls separated, so I don't know what the boys are doing, but
yeah,
I can remember I was never into this girly thing like dancing or something like that. I
yeah,
always told my dad I want to be an engineer. That's all, and I'm just hanging out with boys all the time. So we need to make in sports dance choreography and need to dance on a stage with a lot of people, not just our parents or something. It was a pretty big stage where
yeah.
there was a concert and we need to dance before the concert started or something like that. And this was the part I even hate more than baseball.
Well, most people do. Most people are so afraid to get up there on stage, like especially when you're younger. Two of my wife and I have 5 kids, and so we have 3 boys and 2 girls. Well, the 2 girls were in to dance. We put them into dance when they were real young. So the one, my older one, she didn't really like it, so she got out of it, at a young age. And then my younger one, she loved it. So she went on to like competition dancing, like she was on a special team, whatever. So we traveled around the country, and she would do these dance competitions. Well, the first time that she, the first year or whatever she started that, the first competition, she was so nervous she threw up before the dance. Oh
Poor
yeah,
girl.
yeah,
Oh, I can totally understand. I know how sick I was of this dancing thing, and I was so uncomfortable. We get some dressing that looks fine on the smaller girls, but I was, you know, little
yeah.
plus sized, and I was so ashamed of all of these things. Oh my gosh, I'm so happy it's over.
Yeah. Well, you look great now. You did a good job, and you're out there playing airsoft. So you obviously changed some things, in your life, which you feel better about, right?
Sure, sure, totally, totally.
Yeah, that's
It
good.
makes so fun to running and jumping and shooting on other people.
I know. I was talking to somebody like a month ago, and I said, "So what kind of work do you do?" And he said he was a an accountant. Do you guys know what that like? Have that same word like taxes? Does
Yeah, 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 sure, yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
works on taxes and stuff. And so he said, "Yeah, I'm a." They call him a certified public accountant. So he goes, "Yeah, I'm a CPA." And I said, "Oh shit, you definitely need airsoft because you need to go out and shoot somebody after that job." Oh yeah.
That's the job I'm learning right now, accountant. I'm getting into that.
Oh shit.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So I
Okay.
definitely need the the
You know.
airsoft.
Right. Yeah. You're staring at numbers all day. You're like, fuck this.
It's pretty fun. I'm just so in love with the airsoft. I can't stop it. I'm going up to my favorite shooting place every weekend. I'm just showing up 2 days a week, just shooting other people.
Oh, that's awesome. Now, do you go with when you show up to the field? Do you go with like a friend or a team or anything, or you just go there and play with whoever's there?
I'm into a team. But when I'm driving there, I'm driving alone most time. But
Yeah.
I'm in a team where pretty really nice guys and funny guys. We got a really nice community with a kind of mixed like some guys are 3D printing, some make this, and we all have something to chat with each other. Pretty nice. Yeah.
Yeah. That's cool.
So
So
I'm
what
never
is
be alone.
yeah, that's good. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, most people that I've talked to when they get into airsoft, when they start playing airsoft, they get kind of welcomed into that community really quickly, and and feel really comfortable going back to the field, to play, even if they didn't have a team to be a part of or whatever. And that's what I found talking with all these different people throughout all these different countries is it's all the same from what I'm hearing. It's all the same no matter where you're at, no matter how you start in airsoft. The airsoft community, everyone that's played, been playing or whatever, is very welcoming and accepting to all the new players coming in.
I think at my I'm normally I know it doesn't shows up right now because I'm normally quite shy. I'm pretty shy.
Yeah,
So
you're doing great. I couldn't tell.
so the first time I was there, hardly can't speak with anybody. Um, I see that Airsoft is kind of safe space. We
Hmm.
have so many different people on our place. Sometimes a guy comes with his wheelchair and plays with wheelchair, and
Oh yeah.
he's doing so good. Really, that's genius. And
Yeah.
it doesn't matter if you are plus sized or small or a girl or a boy. It doesn't matter. Everybody is nice, and
Yep.
that's such a good thing for your soul. So I
Right.
don't know what I love more, to shooting people or just to be in that community.
It's the combination, right? It
Yeah,
is. It's the you get out there, you get some adrenaline going, like you're excited. You get to shoot somebody, they shoot you. It hurts, so you get to go back and show off your welts and like and uh, and talk about it and talk about your experiences. And yeah, it's one of the best communities that I've found, to be a part of. Honestly.
so many different people, and you always have something to talk different. Everybody is different, and that's quite a thing. And if somebody needs help, if you need, I don't know, a screwdriver or something like that, you just scream above the tent, and you just need to wait a second, and five people stand there. You need it? Do you need it?
Yep. Oh yeah.
I love that. It's pretty nice, really. And
That's
I
cool.
can use my 3D printing stuff as well. So it's a combination of everything. I just love that. 2 weeks ago, we had a night game. My first night game. It was so awesome.
Oh shit. Yeah.
Oh, it was so awesome. I printed glow in the dark stock, and I can show you.
What? Yeah,
Yeah,
show
yeah,
me. I want
just
to
for
see it.
fun. Just
Yeah,
for
yeah.
fun. So I was running like a firefly in the dark.
Oh, so that glows in the dark?
That's glowing in the dark,
Oh my
and
god.
this is glowing in the dark. And I uh,
Oh, on the inside.
printed the outer barrel as well. I don't know if you can
Oh
see
my
it.
god. So
Yeah,
what is that on the barrel? Is that like a what does it do? Wrap around it?
yeah. I made it like I drew it like a helix.
Yeah.
Maybe I threw it away yesterday.
Oh
Was
shit.
maybe I can. That's a little
No, we can see it inside
complicated
there,
on
but
my
it looks like
weapon.
a wrap,
Yeah, it's a helix. I
like a
printed it.
spiral. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
That is cool looking.
So I was running like a little firefly. It was fun. Not
That
just
is so
BB's
cool.
glow, I'm glowing as well.
Yeah. So you had the tracers, the tracer BBs,
Yeah,
and then your gun is glowing.
yeah, yeah.
Now,
So
did you print another stock for that as well? A different kind?
my casual stock I'm using is my hard stock. I
I
printed that
thought
as
that
well.
was the one you printed. Yeah, I
Yeah,
saw a picture on your Instagram of that. It looks cool.
yeah, that's my hard stock and my grip. So,
Nice.
but normally outer bar I use my anodized pink one.
Yeah, that looks cool too.
I just built the glow in the dark because of the night game, and it was really funny.
Yeah. So let me ask you: are you gonna start wearing the cat pink cat ears on the field? You got to
I
3D.
was,
You got to 3D print some cat ears to go on like a helmet or something.
I was thinking about that already. But our park where we go shooting is I'm like we have some tunnels. Then we have the field up
Ah,
there. Then we have first floor. So I'm the girl that's in the dark at the tunnel, and
oh shit.
it's quite tight. And if
Yeah,
you had ears, you're just
you're
getting
gonna hit
stuck
it.
all the
Yep.
time.
Right.
So I'm more the silent girl who's
Yeah.
coming from underneath.
The stealth, the ninja. Yeah.
I'm into the speed stuff, so I'm just running all the time. But mostly I'm like pew pew head up there pew.
Yeah. Oh, that's awesome.
I got a new pistol now as well because we are talking from the anime. I got a pistol from an anime.
Oh yeah, let me see it.
I don't know if you know. Did you know Gun Gale Online?
What is it now?
Gun Gale Online. That's the name of the
Gun
anime. Gun
Gungan?
Gale. Gale Online. I
Yeah.
just a second. Maybe I can
Send
show
me a
you.
thing for it or show me. Yeah.
There's the first two enemies are Sword Art Online, and from that there was the Gun Gale Online. Oh, that's you need to take a look. That's quite good. One of my favorites. So I love it because it's also a small girl, pink small girl. I don't want to spoiler you, but you might need to take a look on this. That's really
Oh
good.
yeah, she has look like a little pink P90.
Yeah. She has the
Yeah.
P90. I want that at first. This was the gun I wanted, a P90.
Oh
But
yeah, yeah.
I'm playing with HPA. I don't know
Yeah.
if it's in America the same.
It's the
You
same.
know, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And the P90 is pretty hard to build in HPA,
Oh,
so
okay.
I later go to the M4. If I got enough money, I will get my P90, just a second weapon.
Hell yeah, that'd be awesome.
And the girl has a pistol. It doesn't show up on the enemy just for a second or something. And she has this one.
Oh shit, that looks nice.
Yeah,
That
that's
reminds me
from
of one that we got before was a Hudson, but yeah, that's a little compact. What 45?
Tokyo Marui, special edition, Gun Gale Online edition. She's
Oh my
right
god.
like this outer box.
Oh, that's awesome. Oh, I thought you 3D printed some of that stuff.
No, I don't do anything. That's right
Yeah,
like this out of the box.
that
I
looks awesome.
Yeah, it is. It is. I was so happy to get it, and at least it's pink.
Yeah, it's hot pink too. Like it's a darker pink.
Yeah, it is. That was one kind. I'm just more into this pastel-y, cute pink thing. And first place, I was like, oh, it's pretty dark, but
Oh,
I
it
love
looks great.
how she is. Um,
Oh, that's nice.
the Mac as well. It's also pink. So
Yeah.
I just love the details. And she's a little heavy, so I like the weight as well. And she's small for my hands, perfect. I just love it. I
Yeah, that is cool.
I love it.
So you take that on the field as well?
Yeah, sure. Um,
Oh, yeah.
to you know, my M4 is a little bit bigger, so if I need to just get through a small corner or something like that, I use my pistol as well. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's some guys might just collect them.
Oh, I'm sure.
but I need to play them.
I'm sure. I mean, something like that, that's I could see a lot of people getting into like collecting those kind of things.
They have a special edition from the P90 as well,
Mm.
but it's I think a year ago or something they released it. And as you want to buy them now, it's about 1,400 euro. If I'm
Whoa.
right, it's something about $1,600 or something like that.
That's yeah, that's pretty expensive
Oh
for an
yeah, it
airsoft
is.
gun.
It is.
Woo!
So
Yeah.
that's not the place I can spend my money.
Mm-hmm. Well, listen, it's been really really nice to meet you.
Oh my God, it's so late right now.
I know. Well, you know how it goes. You just get talking and then we forget the time.
Sorry.
Oh, you don't have to apologize. This has been great. I've loved learning your background and like how things are in Austria and how you got into airsoft and all the cool stuff you have. I love that you're very like you have a lot of ideas, about what you want to run on the field and kind of mixing it up, changing it uh, and making it different. I love that gun that you have the glow in the dark stuff. That is really cool.
Thank
You
you.
know, yeah, that is a really cool idea. I've never seen that.
I I neither. It just came up my mind.
Oh Jesus, yeah, you're good. You're good with that. That's good. You got some good ideas. Well, I will definitely be sending you some bags of candy corn so you can try that out.
Thank you. That would
Yeah,
be so nice.
I will. I'll message you after the podcast here and exchange information, and I'll send you some Trifecta Airsoft, stickers and that kind of stuff too.
You, thanks.
Absolutely, that'll be cool. But anyway, thank you so much for being on here.
Thank you as well. It was a
I
nice evening.
Oh, good. I'm glad. I'm glad you had a good time. Yeah, I had a really good time meeting you.
Thank you.
So I'll post your Instagram on the description in the video, and also in case you didn't know, I put all these podcasts on like Spotify, iTunes, iHeartRadio, all that kind of stuff. So if you don't want to watch it, you can just listen to it, that kind of thing. So I'll put the links for those in the video as well.
Perfect.
Yeah, awesome. Well,
I
thank you
saw all
again.
your videos on YouTube.
Oh
So
shit. Oh, now you know how dumb I am.
no, I'm fine.
Oh no. Don't watch them. uh well anyway.
Hopefully you will be fine with an poorly speaking Austrian on your channel right now.
Yeah, I know, right? Well, thank you so much and it was really nice to meet you.
Thank you.
And
Have a
hopefully we'll
nice
do it
evening.
again. Yeah, we'll do it again soon.
Yeah, would be nice.
Awesome. All right. Have a good night.
So good night. Bye.